Do you struggle to understand native English speakers in casual conversations? I'm here to help. I'm Helen, I'm an English teacher from England, and in this video I'm going to explain some casual English phrases which are used every day in Britain. Let's start with, "You frightened the life out of me." You frightened the life out of me. That means you scared me a lot. We might say this if someone walks in quietly behind you. You don't know they're there, and suddenly they speak to you. You frightened the life out of me. It just means you made me jump. You scared me. The next phrase. That's a write-off. That's a write-off. Now this is the same spelling as to write, a write-off, but its meaning is quite different. If something is a write-off, it means it's a disaster. It's over, it's ended, and it wasn't really very good. So we could say, today was a write-off. I didn't get any of my work done. The house is such a mess. I didn't complete any of my plans. Nothing good happened today. It was a write-off. This is also used to describe a car. If your car has been in a bad accident, and it can't be repaired, then the car is a write-off. It means you cannot use that car anymore. It needs to be scrapped. So if your car is a write-off, it means you need to get a new car. The next phrase is often used by parents of young children. If I say, my children are bouncing off the walls, it means they have so much energy. They are just running around the house, making lots and lots of noise, and really they're annoying me quite a bit. So if they are bouncing off the walls, it means they have too much energy. If your children are bouncing off the walls, then you should take them outside. Let them run around and burn off some energy. So bouncing off the walls is often used for children. You can use it for your pets, for example. If your dog is bouncing off the walls, maybe he needs to go for a long walk. And if you feel like you are bouncing off the walls, then perhaps you should go for a walk too. Phrase number 4, bear in mind. Bear in mind. This comes from the verb to bear something, meaning to carry it. So this means carry a thought in your head. So to bear in mind is to keep this thought in your head. You might say, how long will it take to drive to work? Bear in mind, the roads are icy today. So if I bear in mind that the roads are icy, then I will think, oh, maybe it will take a longer time to get to work. So if you bear something in mind, it means you think about that thing before taking action or before giving your answer to a question. Bear in mind. The next one, pick up the slack. To pick up the slack means to do the work that someone else has not done. So if one of your colleagues is quite lazy, you may find that you have to pick up the slack quite often. If one of your colleagues is on holiday, Perhaps you and your teammates are picking up the slack. It means to do the work that should be done by another person. You may also use this at home. If you live with a partner or a roommate, a housemate, and that other person does not share the cleaning, you will have to pick up the slack. You either live in a dirty house or you pick up the slack. You do the cleaning work that your partner or your roommate is supposed to be doing. The next phrase means I don't care. It's no skin off my nose. No skin off my nose. If something is no skin off my nose, it means it doesn't matter to me. I don't care. It makes no difference to me. It's not important to me. For example, if your friend comes to tell you that your ex-boyfriend has a new girlfriend, you can say, it's no skin off my nose. I don't care. He's not my boyfriend. You could say that the news is like water off a duck's back, which is our next saying. Water off a duck's back means that something just flows over you and doesn't bother you. It's like water off a duck's back. If you look at a duck, when the duck gets wet, the water just runs straight down off its back. So if something is like water off a duck's back, it doesn't bother you. You are not bothered, not worried at all about what is happening. Another water-related saying, but this time out of the water, like a fish out of water. If you've ever seen a fish out of the water, it's very uncomfortable. It's wriggling around, it can't breathe. So a fish out of water is very uncomfortable and very unhappy. So if I feel like a fish out of water, it means I am not happy in this place. Perhaps I've started a new job and I don't get on with any of my colleagues. I don't have anything in common. We don't have anything to talk about. Maybe they are far more educated than I am, and I feel very uncomfortable about that. So I feel like a fish out of water. I feel like I don't belong in that workplace, and it's very uncomfortable. Like a fish out of water. Number 9 is tongue in cheek. Now, literally, this would mean tongue in cheek. But that's not quite what we mean when we say that. If something is tongue in cheek, it means it is not very serious. So perhaps it is a newspaper article written as satire, something written in a joking kind of way. Perhaps it's a comment by a friend which is not supposed to be very serious. So it's a little joke. If something is tongue in cheek, it's said in a fun or joking kind of way. Tongue in cheek. And finally, our last common British phrase for today is to come up with something. To come up. This does not literally mean to come up. This means to think of something. If you come up with ideas, how do you come up with ideas for so many videos? I wish I knew. So to come up with ideas is to think of them. To think of ideas. If you have an idea and someone says, "Oh, how did you come up with that?" They mean, how did you think of that? How did you get that idea? If this video was helpful to you, please share it. That really helps my channel. Share it, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.